Folks, welcome to the Jake Feinberg Show. Wrapping up another calendar year, but the spirit never dies. And two guys that I am absolutely indebted to this calendar year who have healed me musically and rhythmically. Nottingham Jamar Harmon, Double Trouble. Welcome to the Jake Feinberg Show. Jamar, I just wanted you to talk a little bit about the first time that you really were able to be on the bandstand with Nod, what that experience was like.
Well, I want to go before that. I want to go 10 years before that.
Yeah, do it, man.
That's about how long it took for me to finally, because I was really just playing in church, nowhere else, and he's the one that kind of like, so basically my third gig I ever had here in Tucson was with him. I had one with Les Baxter, one with
great bass player
that later became In the Zone. I had a gig with them, and then I finally gave in, and we just started actually doing a lot of stuff. We started doing a jam session. He had already been doing a jam session there for years at this place called the Bow Rumble. But anyway, that's how it kind of started. It was like over a 10-year period. He would see me because I was out doing karaoke all the time, and he would see me at place called Twilight's, and it doesn't matter what the place was. But anyway,
it actually does. Yeah, no, I'm curious about like your third gig was with Nod.
Yeah, my third gig outside of church. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, were you playing originals or just was it covers?
Well, it was a jam session, so it was just Yeah. So in a jam session, you just gotta kind of do songs that everybody's familiar with. So.
Totally. I also just like being grateful at this time of year, Jamar. I just wanted you to talk about why you're grateful for your brother Nottingham.
Oh, why I'm grateful for Nod? Where do I begin, man? Like
life is short, man. There are no guarantees.
Oh, don't worry. I give him his flowers all the time. It's kind of personal.
But to the people watching around the world, what's Nod's legacy?
I mean, the thing is, you just have to kind of get to know the brother for yourself. A lot of people are misunderstood, and I'm not saying I know him as well as other people, but I just know what he's done for me and everything as far as from self-esteem in music to just as a person. Some of the things he's done, like just helped me when I was having a hard time in different relationships ever since I've been here in Tucson. Helping me deal with other people. I mean, I kind of look at him as like an older brother or uncle, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me. I mean, I'm sure you've been tight with other people, in your life, and that's just the way I view him, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just someone I've always looked up to musically, and there's a lot of situations that I'm not familiar with. Because when I got here, I was about like 24, and so there was a lot about life I didn't know about. And I kind of found a lot of stuff the hard way, and I didn't listen to him on some certain things that we won't go into. But
no, I was going to ask you about a seminal moment that you can think of, education from Nod, in terms of the music racket, in terms of the business itself. Like, what has he taught you about how to advocate for the art itself?
Well, one of the things that I really appreciate learning from him is building relationships with people, because music is like the easiest thing. Like, for me, it's really easy. Right. It's everything else.
That's the fun part
in the business, as far as dealing with relationships with other musicians, the crowd, owners of venues. That's one of the most important things I've learned from him, and just branching out and realizing that I could do it. You know what I mean? And so you can't really build a following or build anything if you don't really look at the people individually for who they are and get to know them, instead of just begging people to show up to your gigs and stuff like that. So that's one of many things. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where to begin, but I think
it's pretty damn good. Nod, brother,
yes,
good to see you, man.
Always.
Just getting cut right to the chase here. Double Trouble, live in the studio. Talk about it. You're telling me seminal band in that sense.
Well, Double Trouble came about
project out. Yeah.
Because we've had a lot of band members in the Nod Squad, and they were lazy. They were real lazy, and and all the pressure was on this young man because he had to do everybody's job. So we came to the conclusion that instead of him having to deal with all that bullshit, we'll just do our own thing. and it took a while to happen, but once it happened, he realized, wow, we don't need nobody else. You know what I mean? It's fun to have other people, but when it comes down to the nitty gritty, we held together. You know what I mean? I'm double, he's trouble. You know what I mean? That's how we roll like that. But I appreciate this young man. I appreciate his learning. I try to teach him everything I know about everything. You know what I mean?
How do you know that he's grown as a professional musician?
Shit, man. Listen, man.
No, break it down for the audience.
Because when I first met him, he came to my house with another guy. and I had a drum set and he had a keyboard. So this guy, you know, he starts playing my drums, and then he gets on the keyboard and starts playing these fucking chords, man, like churchy chords, and he says, "Yo, man, I want to be in your band. I want to be your drummer. Like you'll never be my fucking drummer. You know what I mean? You won't be my drummer. You be playing keyboards." And it took me a long time to get him to have the confidence to come out in public and play. I had a lot of work set up for him, and he just didn't feel he was good enough.
Well, let me ask you a personal question.
Yeah.
I mean, in some ways, do you see Jamar as somebody, you see him in you?
Oh yeah.
In terms of performing live, because it took you a minute to come out and start performing live in your own career.
Oh yeah. He, like I said, I try to teach him everything I know.
Well, talk about when you transitioned, that late '90s, when you transitioned from being full-on like MC, a DJ to live entertainer. What was that like for you?
It was good, and it was something that I was comfortable with because I was in the background. I did a lot of studio work, and I didn't have to be in front of people.
Right.
You know, I had a problem in being in front of crowds. My skills as far as vocals have always been top, up to par.
I dig.
And I worked with a lot of people who weren't even close to me, but I didn't have the heart to be in front of people. Now, I be in front of people. I can, once I get on stage and lights and the music started, it's like I'm there, man. You know what I mean? I'm there. I don't. All that shit goes out the window. And I wore sunglasses for like 20 years, and I wouldn't get on stage without sunglasses because that was my shell. You know what I mean? And my comfort zone.
Jamar, let me ask you, going into the new year, where do you feel like you need to grow the most as a person or as a player? Where do you need to put yourself out of your comfort zone?
I mean, I feel like there's room in all areas to improve as a person, but I mean, one of the things I want to do, I'm looking forward to doing more solo stuff, also recording. I missed Cyber Monday the other day. I need to get me a computer, but anyway, I just want to get into recording and solo work, stuff like that.
What's your message to other creatives who, are manic in some ways and have roller coasters of emotions, but there's a lot of genius there. I mean, that's what Nod recognized in you. Like, when you have genius, how do you channel that in order to stay sane?
Well, I think, first of all, just realize you're an artist no matter what, whether you're making your own stuff or not, even if you're playing covers. So feel good about that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times I always look up to other people and call them, oh, you're an artist, because you make your own music, but I realize now that I'm an artist too, and just keep your head up. What was the other part of the question?
Is there like, how hard is it to wear 8 hats as a musician? Before I was talking to these cats too, you have to wear 8 different hats. You have to promote,
Well, you just got to live a life. First of all, you got to love what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And I would be doing this whether I'm getting paid or not. I love music, man. And we're practicing what we preach. He's the one that told me, like, right now, I wanted to come and support these guys, but you know what? I actually learned that from him because he's like notorious for going and showing up to other bands like shows and even sitting in and playing and meeting other musicians.
Because he was
and
dosed
just-
in Woodstock.
Yeah, and he's like beloved by so many people here in this town that it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
And,
There's a lot of love for you guys. Yeah.
And so, like, he actually let me into his circle, but he also realized that I'm humble and I appreciate it. I'm not going to take advantage of it, you know, and he wouldn't let me anyway, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, we're actually doing what I'm talking about right now. We're here supporting this great band, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get tighter with some of these musicians and maybe even meet some people here, but you know, it's just a lifestyle, you know, you have to look at it as that, and you won't ever go insane or go crazy if you really love and you're passionate about what you're doing, in my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's things that can happen that really just want to turn you off, but you just got to keep your love for, you just keep your priorities in place.
Stay humble.
Yeah, and stay humble,
Just
you
to
know.
the art.
Yeah, exactly.
Not what still inspires you to get up in the morning?
First of all, life.
Talk about you get off on life.
Oh yeah, man. I'm getting older now, and every day I wake up, you know, I thank the Lord that He woke me up. Then I continue my day, whatever it is. I really don't do anything outside of music.
Right.
You know.
Right. You live it.
Yeah, I've done a lot of things outside of music for a long time.
Every day is a gift, Nod, and
And if I don't learn something every day, my day has been wasted. I'm never too old to learn. Okay? I'm looking to learn something every day, regardless of what it is.
Yeah, I mean, one more question. Either one can answer this. How do you, like, as a duo, Double Trouble, how do you make the rhythm round? I mean, you're playing with a drum track, right?
No,
I mean,
no, we don't play with no drum tracks.
break it.
Squirrel, please.
Whoa.
Squirrel,
Where'd you
young
get that
squirrel.
from?
Yo.
Where'd you get that from?
Well, no, you said that you had lazy musicians, so it just became a duo.
Yes, yeah, and we're two musicians. He's the keyboard player, I'm the drummer.
I'm the bass player and the
And
keyboard
the
player.
keyboard player,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
And the singer
and
and
he
the
sings.
background
So
singer.
I'm a little
Yeah.
naive little squirrel.
Yeah, we can do what a whole band can do just by ourselves, and we're comfortable with each other because we know each other. We know what we need to do for and with each other. So it makes it real easy, and people love us, man. As a duo. But like I said, that all became because he was having too much pressure put on him, and I used to tell the guys in the band, I'm like, look, if this guy don't want you there, you gotta go. Because I need him before I need any of these other guys. You know what I'm saying? This is my right hand, when it comes to this music. Like I said, we gel together. Together, we are a great duo. And we can, like I said, we can sound like any old band, just doing what we do. And we're great singers. We're blessed to be great singers. And we mesh well, man. Like I said, this guy here, man, he took me a long time to get him where he's at. And I'm glad he's where he's at now.
I know.
Time for him to branch
No,
out.
he's a legendary cat. I mean, Jamar, before I let you go, I mean, I'm trying to modify my tribal orchestration, man. Because I'll be back, man. Because it's going to be a healing process. This is always the path, man. So
It's the Jake Feinberg show. You can do whatever you want to do on the Jake
yeah,
Feinberg
dude,
show.
honestly, it's fair game, man.
Come on now.
I appreciate you both, and in all seriousness, the music, nothing's more important than the music, and you guys have definitely saved me this year, so much love to you both.
Much love to you too, my brother.
Double Trouble. This is the Jake Feinberg Show. We'll see you later.